Hello, my name is Ben Dusing, co-founder and co-director of World Aid Runners, Inc. We are a grassroots organization that is really comprised of good people all over the world, present here in Ukraine. It is our mission to keep the people alive, to sustain the human lives that cannot sustain themselves. Why can they not sustain themselves? Well, basically because the Russians are right down the street. The front is a river, 500 meters wide, less than 1 kilometer from where I stand right here. This is the most dangerous place in all of Ukraine, measured by distance to the Russians, and typically that is how you measure that. This is a perfect storm, a big city regional capital, 400,000 people that ended up not just directly on the front, a city that's front, it's a city, but a very, very, very narrow front that puts the Russians way closer to the population than can ever be, and that is any other place in Ukraine. 50,000 civilians out of a pre-war, 400,000, the people that have no place to go, stuck here. There's no work. Every single day, about 300 is the statistic that I read some time ago, probably more than that now, 300 tank rounds, mortar rounds, artillery rounds every 24 hours. Just raining, just lobbed from right down the street there into this defenseless civilian population. One giant war crime, no military purpose for it whatsoever. Just Russian terror. And FPV drones that conduct what the Russians call human safari. They're up there right now looking for targets, and all day, every day, they will just, Russian soldiers will look through those cameras, and kamikaze drones will shoot out of the sky and obliterate people and tanks. It is a very dangerous place. This is the World Aid Runners HQ. Your free store at the front is part of that. Come on in, let me show you what it is. First of all, there's no sign on the door, and we don't advertise. Unfortunately, we can't help everybody. Prioritize those that cannot live. If you're going to live, we do what we can for you. But if you're not going to live, for one, food, medicine, hygiene, clothing, you only get it from one place, more or less, and that's right here. If that's the case, you're on the list. If you're on the list, Christine calls you every month, and you come to this secret location every month, and you get the food, medicine, hygiene, and clothing that you need to stay alive. There's no place that's safe here. No place at all. No time, no, you could die anytime, anywhere, any place. People are maimed and injured all day, every day, and throughout the night. But it's safest to be at home, so we want people to be at home. It is overwhelmingly the poor, the elderly, an elderly population, people that can't care for themselves, who have no place to go. So, on your date and time, we cannot have crowds here. There's Russian drones all over the sky. You come in, pursuant to the list, you come right here, you shelter right here from the fire. Always under fire, more or less. Sometimes it's close, sometimes it's far, but always people shelter right here. You come in, we want to give no fuss, no forms, no effing around. This is not feel-good humanitarianism. We're trying to get people food, medicine, hygiene, clothing, and get them home safely. That means speed. So this is your free store at the front. It's different every day. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we distribute food, medicine, hygiene, and Tuesdays, clothing days, Thursdays, bread days. People come in right here. The products are laid out. You take what you need. Take what you need. Take food, medicine, hygiene, and clothing. You don't take what you don't need, and that extends the supply. And that is important because this was supposed to be 150 to 200 people filling a small little hole in the system that more or less went away. Right now, your free store at the front sustains the lives, is a lifeline, the lifeline for 1,500, soon to be 2,000 of the least of our brothers and sisters. It's our mission to keep them alive. There's nothing else that's achievable. That is the goal, nothing more, nothing less. And that's what happens right here. Thanks to you. I set out to do some humanitarianism myself. I'm a very unique instrument I discovered and dedicated to, committed to. It became my purpose and passion, but never envisioned being in a situation like this, and cannot do it myself. I pay the bills for the organization that's very expensive. Throw in what I can into the kitty, but you folks with your dollars, euros, and pounds, add to that. We had the TikTok money, and that's what we have to get the food, medicine, hygiene, clothing that we need to fulfill the mission, which is to keep these folks alive. This is your free store at the front. Now, let me show it to you graphically. There's no place like this. Here's for Psalm 101. Good guys, bad guys. Disregard this insert. This is just the insert for the city. Good guys, this side of the river, City of Versailles, where we are right now. Bad guys, the other side of the river, Russian occupied. The front, this is the river. It is right down the street. If you go out that door right there and you walk 1 kilometer this way, which I would not recommend, and if you're alive after you get down to the river, which you won't be, when you get wet, you've walked into the front. We're right here. Right in the heart of everything. The one and only Russian declared red zone in all of Ukraine, so I'm told. The Russians designated all of us, civilian or uncivilian here, legitimate military targets. Every day, all day. Indeed, right now, they are lobbing tank rounds, mortar rounds, artillery rounds, indiscriminately into this defenseless civilian population for no reason whatsoever, one giant war crime, and flying FPV drones, conducting human safari, they call it, human safari, hunting people and things. 2 months ago, there were 6,800 FPV drones in the city, predominantly, there's even more now, predominantly in the red zone here up front. If you go outside, you're in a lot of danger. That's where we are. Why are we here? Because that's where the people need the most help. And we got here because we're asked to come down to help. This is the kind of things that your dollars, euros, and pounds help us get. Basic foodstuffs, sugar, whatever this is, high nutrient soup, things like this. We shop very opportunistically always. We need massive quantities, 2,000 people a month. This will be needed for at least a year, even if the war were to end right now. So you're talking 25,000 of every product, and cooking oil, things like that, just to keep people alive. So please prayerfully consider being a part of World Aid Runners. You don't support us, you are us. We want you to feel invested in it because you are. We want you to feel a part of it because you are. We are just the hands and feet of you, humanity. So I hope this has been helpful to understand what we do. Please reach out if you have any questions, and please prayerfully consider giving your dollars, euros, and pounds and investing in humanity. Become a shareholder in humanity. Here at Humanity's free store at the front. Stop Ukraine, Harem Slava.